That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 156 of Camp Strange. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, Thomas Coleslaw.
And we're back. I'm finally back. David was gone. I was gone. Uncle Jerry was here. But guess what? We're back and we're stronger than ever. I feel so strong recently.
The blood coursing through my body has never felt hotter.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and David, you never told me your word.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a word that wouldn't just blow it out of the water. You know,
dude, I got it perfect. Spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and pizza.
Pizza.
Because, as I just told David, I am currently drinking a Swami's Indian Pale Ale from Pizza Port Brewing Company in San Diego, California.
Are they paying us?
No, but it inadvertently ties in my story, which also has to do with pizza.
Ooh.
So, I forgot. I just totally forgot. So, yeah, we're back to bring the pizza. And but before we do, we got to catch you up. Well, sorry, everybody. I just been so swamped with work, and it's been just banging my head against the wall. And that's why I haven't been able to jump in on the podcast and everything like that. So I just want to apologize. And David was he was stuck on a. You ever see one of those polar bears that's floating out in the middle of the ocean and like global warming and it's like stranded? David was stuck on one of those.
Yeah.
That's why he couldn't come to the podcast. He was stuck on one of those and just got smaller and smaller.
I don't even remember what
How'd you get out of it, David?
I
love doing this impromptu improv of just putting this on you. How'd you get out of it, David?
I built a raft out of all the seals I shredded. just annihilated them.
Do you know a seal's body warms up the Arctic Ocean 10 degrees? So David is actually fighting global warming.
I did the math. I knew how many seals I could kill to make a raft before my flotation ice structure would melt from the temperature changing. Did the calculations.
We're men of science.
It was 1,006. It was 1,006 seals. I was in a galleon ship of seal carcass.
Currently, his seal island is heading towards that trash island in the middle of the Pacific.
They're gonna collide soon.
They say it's gonna cause World War III. It's not Russia and Ukraine. It's the seals in the trash. You better watch out, guys.
What you don't understand is I actually set my courses towards it because I did build some sea lion cannons out of their corpse because I plan on destroying the famous trash island.
Oh, they always say if you shoot something with a cannonball, it just goes away. I've seen The Patriot. I know what happens to that guy's fucking head.
I mean, it's just seal skulls. They're not cannonballs.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, it makes sense. Anyway,
they're light. They're lightweight. You got to shoot a lot of them. So
yes.
I killed a lot of them.
It's productive.
Daddy was hungry.
So anyway, we gotta catch up on any of the weird news you may have missed. And David, I got one right here that is just so fun and terrifying. American Airlines flight attendant strikes passenger on the head with coffee pot who tried to breach the cockpit mid-flight. So,
hey, what's going on there?
So
I want to see all the cocks.
Okay.
A big old hole pit.
Yeah, I never seen a pit full of them.
I got a knife. I want to add to the pile. Add to the pit.
I've just seen my uncles, but I want to see a pit full of them. Come on, he shows me when I'm down in the pit, and I just want to get the power back. I want to be on top, and I want to see them in the pit.
For once, I want to see the pit from above, not from within.
But so this guy, they still haven't said why he rush the cockpit.
They probably don't know why. He probably doesn't know why.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'm guessing there might have been alcohol involved, or he might have just had like a psychotic break, or he might have been somebody who was doing terrorisms. And I don't really know. But luckily, we had a flight attendant with not a glass. I mean, it makes total sense, but I've never really thought of it. Dude, look at this coffee pot.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
It looks like one of those things that old Western guys spit into in the corner of the bar.
I believe you are thinking of a spittoon.
That's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, so they had this coffee pot that's just made out of stainless steel, and apparently this guy just started running up towards the to the cockpit door and like yanking on it, and just doing whatever he could to get in the pit. And this flight attendant just took this coffee pot and just started beating the shit out of this guy in the head. He was bleeding everywhere, and everybody thought that they were gonna die, because then the plane started going downward really fast because they had to land it or something. And I mean, it makes sense, but just kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever experienced anything too crazy on an airplane before. A little turbulence, but I've never had anybody yell for a doctor. I've never had anybody get hit over the head with a coffee pot. I've never really had anybody like freak out either. Like,
people are just losing their fucking minds these days. That's just what it is. We're all cooped up.
Yeah, because
That's what the government wants.
We all see the thing where they're like airlines are not serving alcohol. Like they're trying to get rid of alcohol, or like underserving because people are getting drunk and like fighting people on the planes. Like some stewardess got like her teeth knocked out by a guy or something. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And like, I don't know, but that shit ain't happening.
If they want to breathalyze me on a flight and know when to cut me off, go for it. I'm not getting on a flight tanked. You know what I mean? You're not? I don't know. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I feel like this is public bus territory, not airplane. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, if you punched out my teeth on a public bus, I'd be like, I got on the bus. I don't know what I expected.
I deserve this.
If you get on a bus, you better be expecting a black eye, because that's where the shit goes down. But plane, I feel like, come on, they trick you. They they let your seat go back 1 inch.
Which is, it doesn't feel like much for you, but the person behind you's day is ruined.
Do you know how often I put my seat back and then I sit there and I go, my seat's not back. And then I try to push back more and I go, oh my God, my seat's back.
Oh, yeah.
And then they go, your seat can't be back. And I go, it's literally not. It's 1 inch back. Is this going to kill me?
I'm just heavy.
Is this going to kill me? You guys aren't giving me any leeway with this lean back on this chair, which I get. But how dare they accuse me of almost dying on the airplane by having it back? Sorry. Yeah. I don't play those games. Give me, you know what? I like a coffee. You can leave the pot here.
Yeah, I'll take a full pot.
Sir, we can't leave the pot here. Well, keep talking to me like that. I'm going to go get the pot.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm creating a raft out of seals, too.
Yeah.
Sir, you're going to have to get off the plane. Okay. Well, anyway, that was my news story. So
right.
What do you got, David?
Man arrested for training his dog to throw bricks at people.
It threw it?
So this is a New Zealand article.
This shit's going down in New Zealand? I thought everybody there was like pretty they got rid of COVID quick. I thought there was no conflict there. Maybe amongst the dogs.
I'm just saying that this article is not good.
Wait.
It starts off by saying they say dog is a man's best friend, but somebody took it too literally. An Asian man was arrested after it was reported that he had trained a dog to throw rocks at people when they are knocking.
Wait.
They just said an Asian man.
Also, you just went from bricks to rocks.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing it. It's there's a photo of the dog, and it's like parts of cinder blocks.
Wait, is this the pit bull with
Yeah.
the cinder block in its mouth? I honestly don't even think that this is a real article. I honestly
Probably
think that
isn't.
somebody found that picture
No, what I think what it is, I think it's an old video, but I think that they have discovered who it is, and now that man is arrested.
Oh, what? Well, because, okay, first off, I have a couple qualms with this story. There's a difference between a throw and a drop. Are we correct?
It's true.
Because
but the
gravity
dog might have thrown it an inch and then it dropped.
Okay, but true. But if you're going to arrest that man, you have to arrest Isaac Newton as well.
It's true.
Because gravity, the man who invented it.
Yeah. Go rip his rotten
Why
bones
did you
out of the ground.
Why did you invent gravity, Isaac Newton? But I'm just saying, gravity's doing most of the work on that drop. You know, if you throw it, you're doing most of the work. But
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a fun Home Alone trick that you can do to people trying to tell you about Jesus or magazines at your front door.
Yeah.
No soliciting. I'm going to get a no solicitor sign. Dog may murder your ass with a brick.
Do you get any solicitors?
None whatsoever.
Oh, that's
I
right.
got a guy smoking crack out in front of my house once.
You don't legally live in a place though. Like, where you live is illegal.
You know what's weird? We have a lot of delivery people ask if this is an actual residence.
Yeah.
And they went, and every time we go, yeah, and they go, huh, okay, good to know. And then they never come back and deliver the same package. So I have a conversation with the next person. But yeah, we live in like a weird building above a place and a business, and then like people just go, I don't think this is allowed, and I don't even know if it's allowed, but we're living here, and I just wish they'd fix the giant hole in the roof and the tarp on the window.
You mean
and
the skylight?
I just mean you're trying to make you're making my apartment to sound like a piece of shit.
No, your place is super nice.
Oh, thank you. Say it again.
I mean, I've never seen it in person, but I'm looking at it through our FaceTime.
It's nice. We
It's
got
nice.
We got wood on the ceiling, wood on the floor, wood in the pantry, and wood on the doors. Wood in my brain and wood in the fridge. We got some wood and we got some kids. We got some wood on the windows. They're not made of glass. Wood in my pants. Yeah, wood up my ass. Oh, that sounded suggestive.
I almost feel like I need to like edit in an instrumental to that.
Just give me like a hi-hat.
What the fuck?
Oh, there we go. There it is. Wood on my pants and my wood on my dick and my wood on my
phone is on
eyeballs.
silent?
We're reading quick. And what?
My phone is on silent, so I don't know why it just made that noise. I got a text from David the Coward, and it's something I will not read over this podcast.
Did he? Oh, he texted me that he's the prime suspect of an Amber Alert.
I don't know if you can read it. It says, did it have a fat? And then I'm not going to read the last word. So yeah, let's move on.
Okay, that guy is he's something else. I tell you.
Coward.
Anyway, this next one I got right here. Pastor Mike Todd apologizes for rubbing spit on churchgoer's face.
Hell yeah.
So I love these pastors. Hey, you know what? If you go to these pastors, that's totally fine. Not knocking any religion, as long as it's not like hurting anybody and telling people that they're bad and making people feel bad, or or other people feel bad, then like go for it. But some of these churches are real funny to me. You watch the video of them screaming at each other and like.
Oh yeah.
And this guy, I guess, was he said he got a little carried away. He said the Lord got a little bit too deep in his bones, and it made him spit a glob on someone's face. Which is, you know what? If they're into it and he's into it, and
if they're in the glob zone, you gotta realize that you're gonna get globbed up.
The front row of his church. They have like what's it called?
Zone.
Yeah, the ponchos with like the tarp and like that is so fun on Pastor Todd's Pastor Mike Todd. But it's funny because he's like a young hip guy, and he's wearing a beanie, and he's cool. He's got like a nice
sits on chairs backwards.
He's got a nice lineup and stuff like that, and he's just like, he sits on chairs backwards. He's cool. But he said he's apologized for being too extreme and disgusting. I love everybody, and he posted like a thirst trap Twitter post, and he's like biting his lip like you know.
Yeah.
He's this good looking Michael Todd over here, Pastor Todd. But my favorite thing is a recent video I saw that, David, you might have heard this. This was a Tennessee pastor. I just want to play a little bit. Let's see if you can hear it. This is a Tennessee pastor who...
was it the one I sent you?
Did you send this to me?
The one about the hair?
The witches.
Oh, no. I sent you one. I sent you one about the guy freaking out about everybody's haircuts, saying they weren't Christian enough and they were too liberal.
No, I didn't see that. I got to watch that one. Okay, but listen to this guy.
Last names of 6 witches that are in our church. And you know what's strange? 3 of you are in this room right now.
He's dancing around. Wait.
3 of you in the room right now. You better look in my eyeballs. We ain't afraid of you, you stinking witch. You Satan is a witch. We cast you out in the name of Jesus Christ. We break your spells. We break your curse. We got your first name. We got your last name. We even got an address for one of you. You so much as cough wrong, and I'll expose you in front of everybody else. You stinking witch. You were sent to this church to destroy us. You were sent to this church to lure us in. You were sent to this church to cast spell. Listen, some of you been sick because you befriended that witch. 2 of you in my wife's ladies' Bible study, and you know who you are. And
that was the telling sign for me. 2 of you in my wife's Bible study. You know the wife just hates these bitches. I mean witches.
Yeah.
She got
dubs.
She got in a fight with these 2 women over something dumb, and then she told her pastor husband, and he's like, "Oh, she's a witch. Watch this." And then he says, like, "You better leave right now, or I'm going to expose you for being a witch." So,
I mean, a real Christian wouldn't even give him a chance to leave. He would have burned that entire place down.
He's not that's the guy I love. I love the guy. I don't love this guy. I love the guy scrutinizing this guy for being like, you should have just burned him while they weren't looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the more extreme, like religious fanatic, the funnier to me. He's like, I hate the guy that like is like Alex Jones is a coward for not exposing everything, and you're like, oh my God, like this guy, you know?
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Quick side note, anybody looking for a new television show, I believe Righteous Gemstones is a pretty good television show. I
haven't seen that.
Have you not watched any of it?
No, I've heard really good things. But
so good. But yeah, that's an HBO show about like mega churches, starring John Goodman, Adam Devine from Workaholics, and Danny McBride from I don't even know what to say. Yeah,
Eastbound
and Down, Tropic Thunder.
Oh, he is in Tropic Thunder. That's right.
Yeah,
totally forgot. But yeah, I gotta watch that show. I mean, like I said, I love it. I love the energy. I love the witches. He believes what we believe. There's witches. There are witches, and they love to go to church.
I love how fired up they get.
You stinking witches. Love it. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got another one for me?
Yeah. A British tourist reunited with false teeth he lost in Spain 11 years ago.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah. This one's great. I actually read this news article. It's good. So Paul Bishop, 63.
Oh my God. When did he lose his teeth?
Paul Bishop, 63.
Oh, there we go.
Said he fell ill after drinking cider during a night out at the Spanish Party Resort in 2011. After Paul's dentures were found in a landfill, Spanish authorities used DNA records to eventually track down Bishop. And where's the good part? He said,
"Why did he put that much effort?"
He said he was gobsmacked and stunned when he saw his long-lost gnashers.
my mashers.
GNASHERS.
Oh my gnashers. My gnashers.
Recalling the events of that hazy night before more than a decade ago, Paul told BBC Northwest Tonight, I had down the rest of my cider and it decided to come back up. The bin was the closest thing to me. When we headed to the next bar, my friend turned me around and said, where are your teeth?
Did he go on the public bus?
Holy shit.
That's what happens when you go on the bus. You get your teeth knocked out. Holy shit, he threw up his teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say stereotypes are true, but I have to say they're true. The British just don't take care of their teeth.
Well, what's funny is
I just
I'm
mean
looking...
like they lose them, not that they fall out of their mouth. I just mean they lose them.
I'm looking at the photo of the guy, and he's holding up his dentures next to his new smile, which his new smile looks great. But his old dentures, and it might have to do with the fact that they've been sitting in a landfill for 11 years.
Did he put them back in his fucking mouth?
They look like Austin Powers' teeth.
Oh, hell yeah. Some funny Halloween teeth.
Like big and yellow.
Yeah, very. You know, like when you...
Yeah.
Every fucking kid had those.
I'm not sure if they were if they were intentionally made like that to pass off as
funnier
British teeth.
We love our British audience, you guys. Don't.
Oh yeah.
Americans are fat. We're all fat and
we shoot up schools and we're fat.
Yeah, I mean we call it for what it is. You guys don't have fluoride in your water, okay? That's just the way it happened, okay? And sometimes you brush your teeth with sugar paste.
Yeah, it happens. Or you just don't do it at all.
Exactly.
I miss nights here and there, Never in the morning.
Well, yeah, because you got to go see people. When I'm going to bed, I'm just like, I'm not seeing nobody. Katie's already asleep. It's just me and this big cookie. And I eat the cookie, and then I'm comfortable. And I say, I'm not getting up. The cookie is down.
You
I'm
keep
down.
the cookie in the pillow. I always keep 3 cookies in the pillow.
After I eat a cookie in bed, usually my legs don't work because of the diabetes, so I can't get up and go walk and brush my teeth. Yeah. So, yep, that's just how it works. Anyway, I think we're caught up on the news unless you have it.
Oh, I got one more. It's a quick one, though.
This is going to be a long one, boys and girls.
New Movie Pass app will use eye tracking to force you to watch ads.
Wait. Movie Pass is back?
It's coming out with an app.
Oh, shit, boy.
And it's going to be watching you and making sure you're watching them fucking ads.
Oh, my God.
No movie for you, little bozo.
So you can't, walk away to, go... if you walk away, you take your eyes off the TV, it, pauses until you look at the TV again?
Yeah.
It's don't they have that for... there's some, streamers that do that where,
they'll look at the boobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are great. Those are really funny.
They'll have, a streamer guy be like, okay, I'm going to watch this, this woman talk and...
Workout video.
Yeah, a workout video, and she's developed, I'd like to say, and the whole thing is we're seeing where this guy's eyes are tracking on the video the entire time. So if he looks anywhere that's seen as
you can see where his eyes are looking.
Exactly. So if you see the little cursor on the screen, look at where his eyes are looking at on the screen. And I saw this one video. The guy's like, I'm gonna do real good. And then immediately when the video came on, he looks at her boobs.
Are you talking about the way he does a 2-minute speech about how he's not gonna give in, and the second the video starts, he looks straight at her chest.
Yep. Oh Jesus, these people. But
all right, now we can do the goddamn podcast.
Okay, let's do the podcast. Let's do this.
I wonder how many people just turn it off now. They're just here for the news. Maybe we should just be doing the news.
Yeah, we'll just do news from now on. But this one's a good one, so you might want to stick around. So here we go. Now, David, this story, okay, I wrote this, I wrote half of this, a year ago, and I came back to this, and I was like, I'm going to, finish this. So if I get shit wrong or say something stupid, this was a year ago, me. So the story I'm about to tell you is still, to this day, considered one of the, fuck me, here we go.
It is. Not even 2 words in.
Well, because I knew. I cursed myself. A stinking witch. Fucking stinking witch. Fucking cursed me. The story I'm about to tell you is still, to this day, considered by the FBI itself one of the most complicated and bizarre crimes in the annals of the FBI. Don't like that word. Still said it.
Yeah.
Filled with bombs, robbery, and the most important piece, pizza.
Doing Pizzagate?
I'm not doing Pizzagate. A little different.
Wow.
So now
Glad
the
I got that
story.
out. I'm glad I asked that now and got that out of the way.
You just had Pizzagate on the mind. You did Pizzagate, didn't you?
I thought one of us did.
I didn't do Pizzagate.
Yeah, sounds
We
like
can
my
do Pizzagate.
shit.
So now this story has gotten some media attention in the past few years in such movies like 2011's 30 Minutes or Less with Jesse Eisenberg, or a more recent documentary that premiered on Netflix called Evil Genius. But now Camp Strange will get its shot to tell the legendary tale. Now this is the story of the murder of Brian Wells. So I think, David, I heard you give me an like you knew what I was talking about when I said the 30 minutes or less thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
When you said Evil Genius, I couldn't stop thinking about the beloved film Baby Geniuses.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on Baby Geniuses, dude. You know there's 3 of them, and I'm like obsessed, right?
We need to figure out a way we could do a viewing party and anybody can come watch.
Let's just pivot this podcast to watching
Discord.
real bad movies. I love them, dude.
Once a week.
Dude, there's John Voight he's in 2 Baby Geniuses, and his name's Moriarty, and he literally just films all of his scenes in like a taxi cab in one day and probably gets a check for like $10,000 and then probably like drinks it away.
John Voight?
Yeah, Angelina Jolie's father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he's the one who's like, you put the damn Declaration of Independence in my oven. Remember that from what's that movie with Nick Cage?
Baby Geniuses 2.
No!
National Treasure.
National Treasure. There we go. Yeah, he's the dad in that. Oh, jeez, I got the Declaration of Independence in my oven. Now am I gonna bake my lasagna?
Oh, that's cool.
That was a spooky ghost. Stinking witches! Anyway, okay. So, on the afternoon, like you said, David, I don't know if you fucking know the story. Do you know the story or not?
Vaguely,
Okay.
not really.
Well, I'll
Kind
just
of.
go in. Okay.
I thought we already did this story, to be completely honest.
We did not, okay? We didn't. So, on the afternoon of August 28th, 2003, 46-year-old Brian Wells received a call to deliver 2 pizzas to 8631 Peach Street in the hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania. That's where Dracula was born.
Yep.
Lake Erie. That's where he goes water skiing.
Go Penguins.
So, Wells was a high school dropout who had worked at Mamma Mia's Pizzeria for the past 10 years. Nothing wrong with that hard worker. Great guy, probably. This delivery seemed just like any other, except for the address. The address led to a television network's transmitting tower at the end of a dirt road. See, now this next part of the story is where the theories and questions start to come into play. There are still some details about the whole ordeal that we do not know, but I will provide the information on what was at first believed to have happened and then what may have actually happened. So, what was believed to have happened at the time, from Wells' own testimony, was that when he arrived at the tower, 3 black men jumped him and forced a collar around his neck that was fixed with an explosive. After the bomb was placed, Wells was given a makeshift homemade shotgun which had the appearance of an unusually shaped cane, a walking cane. And then he was also given 9 pages of handwritten instructions. It's like already like a real good premise for a movie. I mean, they made the movie out of it, but like,
Yeah.
it's great. I love the concept already.
You know what's good about homemade shotguns?
What?
They're good for one shot.
What does that mean?
Fuckers blow up.
They shoot backwards at the.
They shoot every direction.
Well, it wasn't like a homemade shotgun. It looked like they made a sawed-off, so it looked like they sawed off the barrel, which that was how a sawed-off was originally made. They took a long shotgun and then sawed off the barrel, but then they like fucking taped it up with all this duct tape, and then like they put like a stick on the end to make it look like a walking cane, but it was actually like a shotgun handle was the handle part, and it was, it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, like I said, 9 pages of instructions and a homemade shotgun. The instructions addressed to bomb hostage, cool name, listed, my nickname, listed not only that he had to rob a bank to obtain money for the kidnappers, but also a series of strictly timed tasks to collect keys that would delay the detonation of the bomb and eventually defuse it. The bomb's around his neck, too, so that's the place you don't want the bomb to go off.
No.
Additionally, it warned that Wells would be under constant surveillance and any attempts to contact authorities would result in the bomb's detonation. Act now, think later, or you will die was scrawled at the bottom of the instructions. Like, I can't think of a more, like, cinematic... like story, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It seems like I never saw that movie Guns Akimbo with with Daniel Radcliffe, but he has like guns stuck to his hands or something like that.
He can't get them off.
Yeah, I feel like this is like one of those kind of situations. I know like 30 minutes or less, they like literally repeated exactly what this is to a certain extent, but
I never finished that movie. I fell asleep.
It's kind of it's a bummer because I feel like the movie had such good potential, but it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was okay. Oh, another Danny McBride movie.
Yep. There you go.
He's the guy.
He's everywhere.
Yeah. So that's what was believed to have happened originally. But according to law enforcement reports, Wells himself was believed to have participated in the planning of the robbery and was aware of the complex plot. Whoa, twist.
So early.
Dude, there's a lot of double crossing involved. So Wells was believed to have been a co-conspirator with a group of individuals who devised the entire ruse in order to so he was with this group of individuals who devised the entire ruse, and in order to fully understand the strange and complex story, we have to take a little sidebar into who these individuals are. So, the 3 main characters of this tale are Marjorie Armstrong, Kenneth Barnes, and William Rothstein, all friends with questionable morals and past that would lead them to this crazy and chaotic heist. So, 54-year-old Marjorie Eleanor Marge.
Hey, help me.
That was terrifying. Holy shit.
I had to do
I'm
it.
not saying it was bad. I'm just saying that scared me.
Hey, help me.
Everybody's got a little hey homie. If you're in your car right now, try a hey homie. David, I want to hear you try it. One more time. You want to go?
What?
You want me to do it one more time? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hey, help.
You're allowed to mess up. It's okay. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
Hey, help me.
That's good.
Pretty good, right? You
That
do one.
sounds
Give me one.
I can't. I can't do it. I don't think I can do it.
The lady who voiced Marge is a San Diego State alum. So
Hey, there you go.
hey,
The only one I've got is
Go State.
Patrick Starr.
give me him.
No, I'm saying that he was my alma mater's alum.
Oh, you're gonna. Can I get a
And
Patrick Star
Sarah
impression?
Palin.
Can I get a Patrick Star impression?
Who are
regardless?
you calling Pinhead?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
Not too bad, homie.
Anyway, so like I said, 54-year-old Marjorie Eleanor Marge Dell Armstrong had a history of suffering from multiple mental illnesses, including bipolar disorder. Great start. Since her early teens, and seemed to have been a serial killer.
Oh.
So, So before her mental health deterioration in her 20s, Armstrong was an exemplary student in high school and earned a master's degree from Cannon College. So she was smart, you know? She was.
The fuck's Cannon College?
Where's Cannon College? It looks like it's on Seal Island.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's where is this? Where is this? Oh, it's in Erie, Pennsylvania. That makes sense. It's
prestigious school.
I think it's a private university. It's a Catholic private university.
Oh,
But
yeah,
you know
maybe
what?
that's nice.
Yeah, I mean they got millions, so they're good.
Yeah.
So, in 1984, she shot her boyfriend Robert Thomas 6 times as he lay on the couch, but was acquitted on claims of self-defense. Her husband and several other partners also died under suspicious circumstances, and Armstrong. I won't go into that yet. But so she was like straight up murdering people. Like she was murdering her husbands, boyfriends, several other partners. What do they call them? Black widows, something like that.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't get how you could just be like, there are women and men out there who like their husbands or wives die in mysterious circumstances, and it like happens 2 or 3 times, and like the judge is like, we got no evidence, you just have bad luck, I guess. It's like how like, and they're always like fucking crazy. They always like look like they murder spouses, right?
Yeah.
They always
the
got
eyes.
Yeah, they got the landfill teeth, as I like to call them.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Nothing, man.
You're the one who brought it up.
The eyes are the windows to the soul.
It's true, but you know, if you're not brushing your teeth, you're probably too busy murdering your spouse. That's what I always say. So brush your teeth, kids and adults. So yeah, she was a little cuckoo crazy. The next person, 49-year-old Kenneth Barnes, was a retired television repairman, crack dealer, and Armstrong's fishing buddy. He suffered from diabetes and he died in prison later. But I don't want to give away. I keep fucking saying things at the end I don't want to say. He's still alive, I mean. The next person, 59-year-old William Ansel Rothstein, a.k.a. Bill, dated Armstrong in the late 1960s and early 1970s. He was implicated in a 1977 murder after he gave a handgun to a friend who used it to murder a romantic rival. This is what I'm talking about. These people, their hobby is murdering spouses. I'm telling you, man. He later attempted to destroy the weapon, but was granted immunity from prosecution in exchange for his testimony. Rothstein was a handyman and part-time shop teacher, Jesus Christ, and was part of a group called the Fractured Intellectuals, intelligent people who were not well adjusted. Okay. I mean, who decides, I guess? I don't know. It's kind of weird to show up and be like, I'm pretty intelligent. I just also pee in my neighbor's mailbox. You're like, what? They're like, Einstein lost his way home from school every day.
looked thirsty.
I love that. Yeah, he shows up and he's like, what?
He said he peed in their mailbox, and I said their mail looked thirsty.
Oh, yeah, it did. It totally did. I love the guys who are like, they're like, this is mean. They're dumb, and then they go, Steve Jobs dropped out of college. Albert Einstein dropped out. He failed math. And you're like, you're different. You're
just built different.
You're just built different. You have a pee in the mailbox body.
I just pee on the chicken. You know, it's
Yeah.
different.
So-
We're not the same.
We are not the same. So Rothstein, like you say, he's part of Fractured Intellectuals, and Rothstein was admitted to the Mill Creek Community Hospital. Oh, I'm not gonna read that part either. Why do I keep putting that, man? I don't want to put the part where it gives away certain things. So we'll come back to that. Armstrong, Barnes, and Rothstein seem to have had issues with compulsive hoarding also, which is just a fun little side note. They're all hoarders, which is interesting, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, like there's some, I'm not saying people who murder or do bad things are hoarders. And I'm not saying hoarders do bad things, but
Okay.
I am saying they're in this story they are connected.
I used to have a neighbor that was on the show Hoarders.
You told me about that. You pointed at their house.
This shit was wild.
Did they still have a bunch of shit? I think they cleared it out, but they still like put more shit back in, right?
Yeah, it was wild. The entire front yard was just
Full of dead
stacks.
spouses.
So many. Fucking smelt. So
I
many
thought they were
rats.
lawn gnomes until I realized they were all 6'1" men who had blood coming out of their face. Anyway, so here's how the plot supposedly went down with all three of those hooligans and Brian Wells. So at Kenneth Barnes' home, he, Armstrong, and William Rothstein discussed ways they could make money. Armstrong suggested Barnes kill her father, as in like, hey, Barnes, can you kill my dad? I'm Marge. I'm Marge Armstrong. Barnes, kill my father. And his name was Harold. So she would receive an inheritance. So she's like, kill my dad, I'll receive the inheritance. Barnes told her he was willing to do this for $200,000, equivalent to almost $300,000 in 2020.
Yeah.
The collar bomb bank robbery plot was hatched to obtain enough money to pay Barnes to kill Armstrong's father, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They performed one hugely like public crime to perform a more like private crime. Like a murder, I'm not saying do any of this, but like a murder back in early 2000s was probably easier to get away with than a public bank robbery. But at the same time, they kind of used like Wells, they were going to use him as like a scapegoat. He was going to go, I got the money and I gave it to the people, and like of course I might be going to prison, but I'm a victim. You know, he was going to play the victim card and say that these three black men put a collar bomb on him, so he wasn't going to face any time, and they were never going to catch these guys. So I guess it does kind of make sense, but fuck, man, like take out a loan? I don't know. So people are still unsure if Brian Wells obliviousness to the plan, if he was oblivious to the plan, or if he had originally been involved and then got double crossed, because this is what happened next. See, according to, sorry, this is a little convoluted, by the way. I know it sounds a little wacky, but according to law enforcement, upon arriving at the television tower, Wells found the plot had changed and learned that the supposed fake bomb was now a real bomb. So Wells was accosted at gunpoint by the three and forced to participate. The details of the event at the tower had led to the bomb being attached to Wells' neck. The details that led to the bomb being attached to Wells' neck have never been confirmed, but evidence suggests that there was a struggle and that Barnes, Armstrong, and Rothstein were all present at the time. So basically, what they think happened was Wells knew about it. Hey, we'll order a pizza here. You show up. We'll put a fake bomb on you. You'll go rob the banks. We'll cut you in on it. And you won't get caught because you're a hostage. And he goes, perfect. He shows up. They pull a real gun on him and go, put this on. And he goes, what the fuck? That's a real bomb. And they go,
You guys
"Yep."
are really into this, huh?
Yeah. He's like,
Hey, Marge, don't do this.
she's like,
I'm sorry, Brian.
Whoa, wait.
what?
We
No,
jump
he's
into
like-
Family Guy now? What's this?
No, that was still Marge. He should have been like, when they put the bomb on him, he should have been like, ay, caramba. Eat my shorts. I don't
Yeah,
fucking
eat my
know.
shorts. You need to bring that back.
There we go. So when Wells discovered that the bomb was real, Barnes said a pistol was fired in order to force Wells' compliance, and witnesses confirmed hearing a gunshot. So they shot the gun in the air, and they're like, "You're putting this on." After the bomb was applied, Wells was given a sophisticated homemade shotgun. You hear that? Sophisticated, David. You hear that?
Okay.
Which had the appearance of an unusually shaped cane. I've seen it. It's not that sophisticated. It's a little bit better than you think, but it's still not great. So, like stated earlier, Wells was given 9 lengthy pages of writing instructing him to not only rob a bank, but to complete a series of strictly timed tasks of collecting keys that would delay detonation and eventually defuse the bomb. Wells was instructed to quietly enter the PNC Bank at Summit Town Center on Peach Street and give the teller a fixed note demanding $250,000 and to use his shotgun to threaten anyone who did not cooperate or attempted to flee. Upon entering the bank around 2:30 p.m., Wells slid the note to the teller. The note stated the bomb would explode in 15 minutes and that the full amount must be handed over within the time. The teller was unable to access the vault that quickly and gave Wells a bag containing how much, David?
$69.
No, it was $8,702. Still not a big chunk of change.
No.
With which he exited the bank. So he just took it. He's like, okay. And at 2:38, a witness, this was 8 minutes later, a witness called 911 from the bank and reported a male leaving the bank with a bomb or something wrapped around his neck. This is the first known emergency call for the incident. According to witnesses at the bank in surveillance footage, he entered the bank. After entering the bank, Wells waited in line. When he reached the counter, he began sucking a lollipop.
Okay.
He appeared confident as he left the bank, swinging his cane gun and the bag of money like Charlie Chaplin, according to one witness. Which is so weird.
Very animated.
Once again, I wonder what actually went down, because if he knew that it was a real bomb, maybe he was just like, oh, they're not going to detonate it. It has to be a real bomb, so if you get caught, it looks more real. So maybe he was still confident enough, because I'd be fucking scared. But I'm not Brian. I'm not Brian. So around 15 minutes after Wells left the bank, he had completed the first task of the treasure hunt. He was proceeding with the second task when the police saw him standing outside his automobile and promptly arrested him, handcuffed him, and left him sitting on the ground in the parking lot. Wells said 3 unnamed black people had placed a bomb around his neck, provided him with the shotgun, and told him they would kill him unless he committed the robbery and completed several other tasks. The responding police officers did not attempt to disarm the device, instead focusing on clearing the immediate area of pedestrians and ensuring Wells could not detonate the device. Because, at the time, you don't even know if this guy's story is real. He could have put that bomb on himself, and he's like, I'm a suicide bomber. So, they can't just be like, yeah, we're going to send somebody in there to, take that off your neck, when you could have the detonator in your pocket, and when we get close enough, you're just gonna blow it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the bomb squad was first called at 3:04 p.m. So this is about 30 minutes later. At least 30 minutes after the 911 call from the bank, and about 10 minutes after Wells was arrested. At 3:18, 3 minutes before the bomb squad arrived, the bomb detonated and blasted a fist-sized hole in Wells' chest, killing him in seconds. Traffic congested in the area delayed the bomb squad's arrival, but personnel from the ATF still considered their response appropriately quick. Yeah. I like how they put that in there.
We did a pretty good job.
They're
hey, we did pretty good.
He might have been involved, technically. I don't think it's a bad thing that we got Baconators from Wendy's first. I think it's fair. It's a Sunday. I didn't expect to work today. This is bullshit. So through the note claimed, though the note claimed Wells would gain extra time by each key found, police later traveled the note's route and could not complete it in the allotted time, implying Wells would not have enough time to get the bomb defused. Many believed that the plan was to kill Brian all along to remove one more witness and potential payout. So that's what I mean by he got double crossed by having a real bomb put on his neck, but apparently they were planning on killing him the entire time, or they weren't smart enough, despite his intellectual group, to plan or time that out where he would, it might have been an accident at the same time where no, he'll get there in time, and then they just miscalculated and it killed him, but who knows? So the collar of the bomb was still intact, and Wells' body, oh my God, I forgot I wrote this. The collar of the bomb was still intact, and Wells' body was decapitated so it could be retained. They cut off his head to get the bomb. Now, directly after this crime, none of the other 3 co-conspirators were on the police's radar until another body showed up. See, just to shorten an already long story, I'll read you off a list of events that took place after that led to all of their deaths or imprisonment. So like I said, all that shit went down, and then so much shit went down after among the 3 people that I just I'm doing a timeline read off because it's so complicated and so long. I highly suggest watching that documentary Evil Genius if you want a really detailed breakdown. So September 20, 2003, Rothstein calls 911 to report that the body of James Roden, Armstrong's boyfriend, is stuffed in a freezer in Rothstein's garage. He blames Armstrong. So he finds a body in his freezer of Armstrong, the woman's boyfriend, and he's like, yo, this bitch killed somebody and put him in my freezer. The next day, September 21st, 2003, Erie police charge Armstrong in Roden's death, alleging she fatally shot him at her East 7th Street house in Erie sometime before August 28th, and then helped move the body to Rothstein's Upper Peach Street house. September 24, 2003, police and federal agents questioned Rothstein about Wells' case. He says he may have used the payphone that was the source of the final phone calls to Wells. So he's kind of admitting that he called Wells and was like, hey, you're robbed the bank or some shit like that. Mid-March 2004, Armstrong, who suffered from bipolar disorder, is transferred from the Erie County Prison to Mayview State Hospital near Pittsburgh for a long-term psychiatric evaluation in the Roden case. She is off limits to investigators while at Mayview because of her mental state. So she's not allowed to be investigated about anything concerning the Wells case because she's in an insane asylum. July 30th, 2004, Rothstein, 60, dies of cancer. He says nothing about the Wells case to investigators who question him on his deathbed. So the guy who found the dead body in his freezer, he died of cancer, and he was like, I'm not saying anything about this. January 7, 2005, Armstrong pleads guilty but mentally ill to third-degree murder in the Roden death in Erie County Court and is sentenced to 7 to 20 years in state prison. July 5, 2005, Armstrong says she killed Roden to silence him in the Wells plot, and she says she never spoke in detail about his killing because she feared it would implicate her in the Wells case. In the summer of 2003, she says she gave Rothstein kitchen timers, integral components to the collar bomb, and was a quarter of a mile from the bank robbery site when Wells was killed. So she's basically going, I was involved. I gave Rothstein, the guy who died of cancer, I gave him kitchen timers to make the bomb collar, and yes, I was nearby. Basically saying I didn't have anything to do with it, but I didn't kill him, but I had something to do with it because she's kind of backed into a corner. Yeah. Just to wrap this up, then Barnes and Armstrong started turning on each other. So the two people that are left from this heist, they start turning on each other because now they're both in prison or jail, I believe. And Barnes says that he and Armstrong watched Wells through binoculars before he was killed, and that she was the mastermind the entire time. Ooh. She flips and denies it. Barnes calls her a liar, They search Barnes' house and find a bunch of bomb-making materials.
Oh.
Barnes gets 45 years in federal prison, then testifies against Armstrong, and she gets life in prison plus 30 years. About 8 years later, Barnes dies of diabetes complication, and Armstrong dies of cancer. And just to wrap this up, in 2018, a woman named Jessica Hoopstick admitted to her involvement in the plot. Melissa Chan of the Time magazine wrote, Hoopstick says a conspirator approached her to find a gopher who could be scared into robbing a bank. In 2018, documentary Evil Genius, Hoopstick identifies the conspirator as Barnes and alleges she recommends... Oh, this is so fucking confusing. There's so many fucking people.
Yeah.
Basically, this woman came forward and said Barnes and this woman, like, came to her and were like, hey, do you know anybody who's a pushover? And she's like, yeah, I know this guy, Brian Wells. He shows up here and he like does odd jobs and he's kind of a pushover and blah, blah, blah. He's a pizza delivery guy. And so she like passed Wells along to them. And she said she like felt really regretful about the whole situation. But she didn't know but that they were going to use him for a robbery. And then in the end, they believed that she always knew more but didn't say it. And Wick also expressed concern Hoopstick might not. A lot of people go, she might not be a credible witness because Brian Wells' family was like, no way, he would never do something like this, you know, because they want to like save his name, even though he had a bomb collar attached to his neck that he probably put on there. But you know, it's such a complicated fucking story. But I feel
no
like
answers.
No answers. Everybody who was involved died. And I think if you guys watch Evil Genius, you'll get like probably a much better breakdown than what I did. But I realized that while writing the story a year ago, which is why I probably shelved it, that it was way too long and complicated. And I was like, I'll put this back up. And I started writing it again. I was like, fuck, it is too complicated, but I'm going to keep going with it. So
Yeah,
I hope you guys enjoyed the brief overview of what was going on. I'm sorry if you got a little complicated and lost along the way, but...
yeah, it seems like a story you could have done like 6 episodes on.
I know, fuck, dude, seriously. But yeah, if you watch it, you got to see their faces. They got crazy eyes and garbage pail kids' teeth, and it's great. It's fun. It's a good time, man. And they have the video of the bomb going off. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's like pretty far away and like pixelated, so it's like it's not that bad to watch.
You see a head kind of fly.
Yeah, he's like got a hole in his chest. There's a big hole in his chest. But yeah, so that's the story of Brian Wells. So,
all right, Tobin. Well, you know, we're finally back. Our lives might be a mess, but they could be worse. You know, we could be in India. And I don't mean that in the way that it sounded. I've never been to India, but I'm sure I'd love it. You know, I absolutely love their food, and I feel like, you know, that's the first step of loving a country and its culture.
of course.
I mean that in the sense that we are lucky because there is something that goes bump in the night over in India. And Tobin, you aren't going to believe it. This
Little monkey.
is the Monkey Man of India.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I know you. I fucking know you.
In May of 2001, in the area of New Delhi, people were terrified. What they were terrified of was the question. Upwards of over 50 reports were made, which is actually not true. I'll get into that later. I realized at the end that that's not exactly true. 50 reports were made of people saying what they named the Monkey Man. See, when I think of Monkey Man, I think of, you know, maybe Bigfoot, maybe a more friendlier version who would be a hell of an entertainer. But unfortunately for the people of New Delhi, this Monkey Man left a long trail of scarred people and even some more fatal encounters ending with people losing their lives to the creature.
I just have to say, you don't get in the way. You don't get in between a Monkey Man and a New Delhi.
It's true.
Because New Delhi, I mean, Arby's got the meats, but New Delhi's
but
got
they're
the
old.
meats too. Yeah.
Yeah.
New Delhi's got the old meats.
Yeah. No, Arby's got the old meats.
Oh, you're right. New Delhi has the new meats.
Yeah, that's why new's in the name. This quickly became bigger than, word around the city when it hit global media outlets like CNN and Time Magazine.
Damn, it's in Time?
Oh, yeah.
Thought that was strictly for neck bombs.
No, it's Monkey Men make the cut too.
Damn.
So the description. This is a tricky part because the descriptions can vary, and that is due to the fact that his activity or her activity with us fellow humans always took place at night, making it difficult to get a good look at the monster. Plus, he was a quick boy. He's a leaper. Not a leper. He was a leaper.
Oh. You
thought you would see him, all of a sudden he's gone.
I mean, there's only I feel like I haven't seen a monkey that's not a leaper. Even like a gorilla, like they leap. They leap.
Not far, but they do leap.
Orangutans, they're more of like a swinger. They got like those big bellies. They can't really leap that well, but they're more of like a hanger, swinger,
Eater.
They're the nicest monkey in my opinion, right?
I feel like they would still rip your arms off.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they wouldn't just completely destroy you. Yeah,
discombobulate you.
Discombobulate. Is that from fucking Sherlock Holmes? Discombobulate.
I've never seen the movie,
Discombobulate.
but yes, that is from that. Some people describe the Monkey Man as a human-sized monkey with glowing red eyes, long arms with sharp claws, which some even said that they were more than claws, but metal gloves much like the ones worn by Freddy Kruger.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
It gets better, trust me.
This monkey has metal glove?
Monkey has metal glove.
That's no monkey. That's a Wolverine.
Others describe the Monkey Man to have a fox-like snout, 8 feet tall, a total beefcake who can leap from building top to building top.
Okay.
So that's 2 of the descriptions. Now this other one, is the one that you're going to love. And it's the variation of the Monkey Man that I have fallen in love with. So some have stated that the Monkey Man wears a helmet.
What?
A leather jacket.
No.
Sunglasses.
No. He cool already.
And rode a fucking motorcycle.
Shut the fuck up. That is the coolest monkey.
You would think I made that up, but I'm not. That's 100%. That's 100% what it would
Nothing
say.
more dangerous than riding a motorcycle with a Freddy Kruger glove, but also nothing cooler.
I mean, if that's not the most incredible thing you've ever heard, then, get the fuck out of my face. You could you imagine that dude rolling up on you, kicking your teeth out for no reason, then hopping back on his Harley and peeling off?
I want to see him smoke a cigarette between his blades.
Oh, you know he was smoking. He was smoking
Chain smoker.
cigarettes.
Oh my gosh.
So, that's the main descriptions available, being that the majority of people who believe to have seen him never got a close enough to see any of the details. But, they would just see a shadow of what they would believe the Monkey Man. They see a shadow, maybe like long arms,
wow,
like short legs, and then leap away.
I feel like when people see my shadow, they don't compliment me as much as has a leather jacket, rides a motorcycle, has a Freddy Krueger glove. They go, he got a weird gimpy leg. His eye looked kind of lazy. He had 3 long fingernail.
He physically can't shut his mouth.
He had butt hair poking out the top of his pants.
I thought he had a tail, but it was just his butt hair.
I thought he had a tail, but I think he was tucking his wiener between his legs.
Big bushy tail.
Big smelly tail. Okay.
A big smelly pale tail.
Oh yes, I'll have the pale tail. Yeah, can I get that on draft? That was the funniest joke I've ever fucking said, dude. That was so funny.
So the Indian media lost it when the story landed on their laps, and many think that they kind of blew it out of proportion for some good old scary media. Unfortunately, that made people terrified for their lives, which unloaded a difficult situation on law enforcement. Because unlike American law enforcement, Indian police officers are never trained how to handle large monkey man creatures effectively. And that's something you got to get trained for. You can't just go into that blind.
Are you kidding me? They weren't trained for monkey men yet? That's like
They're
policing 101.
I know, they're a little behind. They don't know about like the peanut butter traps. They don't know about the banana bombs.
Yeah, like the other one. The
gears are turning over there.
Big Chinese finger trap.
Yeah.
Tunnel.
The booby trap unicycle.
Yeah. Hat with glue on it. Like you put the hat on. Well, it's a heavy hat. It's like pretty heavy.
It's gonna drag you down.
Yeah. Like car handle, motorcycle handle with glue on it.
Yeah. A lot of glue.
Yeah, like a lot of.
They don't get it.
That's the majority of the traps, which is a lot of glue.
It's like a giant spider trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have like a Pringles can.
Oh, with glue at the bottom?
Well, yeah, of course it has.
That goes without saying.
I mean, why am I talking about it if it's not glue involved?
The police came up with an idea, which in part probably had to do with them not believing that the monkey man was real. But they put out a cash prize for anyone that could catch the monkey man.
A cash prize or a reward?
What's
I like
the difference?
I like it being a prize. Like to catch the monkey man is a game.
Oh yeah.
But he does have a metal Freddy Kruger glove.
He will kill.
Hey, Squid Game, there's a prize, am I right?
Yeah. There you go.
Hey.
So yeah, the prize was 50,000 rupees, which comes out to, you want to take a guess what 50,000 rupees was in 2001?
I literally couldn't tell you what 50,000 rupees is now.
You want to take a swing at USD?
Fucking $23,000.
$1,000.
Okay.
Which, $1,000 is nice, but I feel like if you're going to be catching the monkey man, you could probably find a better buyer.
Yeah.
If you caught the bastard. His motorcycle, his leather jacket alone is probably worth more than $1,000.
I think I mean, the leather jacket is where all his money went.
Yeah.
All that and.
Oh, but his sunglasses, they're Oakley gas cans.
It's
the white ones.
Oh, shit. Okay, wait. I take back everything. He's cool as fuck. But also, I think a lot of his money also went to a lot of Goo Gone.
That's true.
Because he needs to get out of those traps.
There's no way he's lasted this long without a hefty sum of Goo Gone.
A lot of Goo Gone.
So after putting the city in hunt mode, more and more civilians took the streets at night armed with fire bombs, sticks, and whatever they deemed worthy as monster-killing weapons.
What?
Yeah, I don't entirely know what fire bombs are. You think they're like Molotovs?
I think it's a Molotov.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though.
So people got so crazy about this, an unlucky van driver who must have had an incredible beard was beaten close to death by a mob in mistake of identity with the monkey man.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was hospitalized with major injuries.
Did you say he was beaten to death?
Beaten close to death.
Oh, okay. At least that's good.
Yeah, he didn't die, but it got pretty close.
He's getting beaten up. He's like, come on, I'm already having to drive a van. That's not even cool. That guy got a fucking motorcycle. I like how they literally chose... They're like, the monkey man drives a motorcycle, the coolest form of transportation. And they go after the guy driving the van. Like, the van is strictly for
mass transportation.
Yeah, like practical purposes. He's not trying to be anything he's not in that van. Jesus, leave the poor man alone.
It's awful, but I do want to know what this guy looked like. To be mistaken for the monkey man monster.
That's so insulting.
That probably hurt more than the injuries, the physical ones. One of the things that made this case difficult was the lack of any true evidence pointing towards a monkey man. There are no photos, no footprints, no nothing for forensics to investigate. So in the official reports, the injuries that were claimed to have been inflicted by the monkey man were labeled as hallucinations.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, kind of taking credit away from Monkey Man.
A little bit.
He's like, I beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, all of the injuries that were caused by the monkey man were considered close to injuries caused by rats and dogs, according to the law enforcement, a.k.a. the non-believers.
Wait, I have a problem, though. Do these rats and dogs have metal knife gloves?
I think they're invisible is the biggest thing. You got invisible rats now.
Yeah. They're like, I couldn't see them, but I felt something gnawing on my Achilles.
Invisible shadow casting dogs and rats.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So it became quickly believed that many of the injuries reported were faked to gain media attention.
How dare they?
And in a study, it was reported that they believed out of the 397 reports of attacks by the monkey man between May 10th and May 25th, 397 reports. Only
Horny.
51 were detailed enough to be considered legitimate.
He was horny.
How insane is that? 15 days, basically 2 weeks, nearly 400 people claimed to be attacked by the monkey man.
I believe it. He's horny. Do I have to say it again? Horny and angry.
I tried to do some math here. So according to worlddata.info, New Delhi has about 13 and a half hours of daylight in the month of May. So that means the night, because he only comes out at night, is about 10 and a half hours a day. So you multiply that by 15 days, that's 157 and a half hours.
Mm-hmm.
So divide that by 397 attacks. That means the monkey man was attacking someone every 39 minutes.
See, David, this is where your math is not correct. Everybody knows the monkey man.
I never passed a math class. I don't know. Maybe he was attacking gangs.
No, yeah, exactly. He goes after groups of 4 or 5 to really consolidate his. He has a quota to meet. He's not a dumb man, the monkey man. He's there to here's the other thing you don't really get, David. Oh, let me get this right. Oh, he's a monkey man. He's an animal. What's one thing we know about animals? Animals can talk to other animals, okay? Yeah. That means he was hiring rats and dogs to help him attack the people of New Delhi. Because who are the other 2 biggest Delhi lovers in the world? Rats and dogs.
La cucaracha.
Well, the cockroaches were trying. They couldn't do much.
They tried their best.
He's like, I crawled in his asshole. They're like, cockroaches, just like stay out of this. And he's like,
he was delicious.
He's like, hey, he was eating meat. Cockroach is the only one that got the meats. He got the meats.
He's got all the meats. It was also provided that 2/3 of the reports came from males between the ages of 20 and 30.
He's horny.
I'm saying the reports. People that reported being attacked. Oh, I see. Okay.
He likes.
I thought you were saying they were horny.
He likes a nice young man.
Now that I don't belong to that age group, I can confirm they would lie about being attacked by a monkey man without a doubt in my mind. Now that I'm 31, almost 32, I'm much more mature. I wouldn't throw a monkey man's name in the dirt like that.
Never.
So this is the part where we talk about the unfortunate side of the story. Regardless on whether or not the monkey man was responsible, these are the injuries and deaths in retaliation or in relation to the events. So we talked about the poor cab driver who was wrongfully identified and attacked. But there were plenty of injuries that occurred from people running from the monster. And I think I waited 2 here. One man fell from a roof after he spotted the monkey man.
What?
It doesn't confirm or deny if he had died or what level injury he sustained from the fall. But a guy fell off a roof because he thought he saw him.
Does he do you think he fell off the roof? He's like, I feel so stupid. I'm just gonna blame the monkey man. Oh my god.
Possible.
Oh my god. I know it was the invisible
His
the
little
invisible
dog up on
fucking
the
dog.
roof.
Bumped him
God
right
damn.
off. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I can't tell people.
There was also a pregnant woman who fell down a flight of stairs and died
Oh,
after
Wait.
she heard the monkey man was nearby, and out of fear, she suffered a misstep and died.
she heard. Did somebody yell "Monkey Man's nearby"? And then
Yeah, I think so. I think someone probably on the street yelled like, "It's the monkey man," and she tried to run and fell down the stairs and died.
there's a part of me that kind of hopes that's real and not that somebody fucking pushed her down the stairs and was like, "Monkey Man, you know how it happens."
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, aiding to the accidents was the darkness of the night. Since, he only came out at night, it's kind of a perfect storm when you are in fear and you're running for your life, but it's too dark to safely do so. You make mistakes. So, to this day, no bulletproof evidence was ever found linking a monkey man to all the terror in the city of New Delhi. But, for the counselors and campers here at Camp Strange, we can all agree he probably realized it wasn't the place for him and rode his Harley into the sunset.
To find a newer Delhi.
Yeah,
The
the newest Delhi.
newest. What year did this happen?
2001.
Damn, this was just about around the time of Pizza Bomb.
Yeah, the newest Delhi.
You know who put that bomb around his
The
neck?
mastermind.
Yeah, he's like, "Give me that pizza. I've been hungry."
You know how long I've been riding this hog.
See, and that's the problem. It all connects. He couldn't finish all of the 9 tasks because Monkey Man isn't good at math.
Yeah,
Yeah. He was trying to attack every 38 minutes. He knew he couldn't keep up with the quota.
yep.
Fuck. Anyway,
What are you gonna do?
wow. It's just really eye-opening to just other people's cultures. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Monkey with a leather jacket and a Freddy Kruger glove.
Yeah.
It's nice. Beautiful. I kind of want one.
A monkey man?
Just like a cool folklore legend that's just like inadvertently murdering people by accident or causing mob mentality.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Just good old-fashioned American fun or Indian fun.
Yeah.
So they invented it. We just got to keep up. Anyway, so David, do you have? I think that wraps up everything that we had to talk to you about. We're back and we're bringing the stories, and we hope you enjoyed that. We're back and bringing the stories. And if you guys want any more information, you go to Camp Strange Podcast on Instagram, or you can send us, and all the hyperlinks are in the fucking description. You know the thing. And if you want to send us an email, send it to campstrangepodcast@gmail.com. And rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen to this podcast on. And David, do you have anything to say before you officially head out?
Oh shit. Monkey man's innocent.
He did it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Booking my ticket to New Delhi as we speak. Here we go. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and don't forget to stay strange.